guy Bendu. So I'm coming at y'all on a Sunday because I thought these stories were important to cover right now because they're kind of going on right now. One is a tweet that I found on Twitter, but it relates to like a Young Turk video. Like when I watched the video, I was like, I wasn't shocked. It was one of those like, I know the Young Turks is shitty, but I didn't know they could be that shitty. And for the most part, I've been trying to like not cover it because I really like don't care about the Young Turks. I haven't cared about the Young Turks in a long time. I understand why Jimmy going at them the way he is because they basically try to get him the fuck out of here with some bullshit Me Too stuff. But yeah, so but for me personally, I didn't feel the need to cover it because like we know they're trash, and I like talk about them every now and then in my videos and how trash they are. So I didn't really personally feel a need to talk about it. Let me know if y'all do want to hear, see videos out. I'll make them for y'all if y'all want that. But I'm sure some of you, a lot of you don't want that. So, but let me know. Like I said, let me know. But what I found interesting was this tweet. So Black in the Empire, shout out to him. I love what he be tweeting out. He said, has TYT done a segment on how Katzenberg, their largest investor, fought to criminalize homelessness in LA yet? So I wanted to take the liberty and go ahead and see if they've talked about this or not. So let's see. TYT Katzenberg. Okay. Jenk explains TYT investment money. Young Turks signed $20 million investment deal. Okay. The Young Turks video network, that's not them. Jen Kuger's message to Jimmy Dore, that's when he left. Yeah. That's a Jimmy Dore video. They're live. They're actually live right now. That's funny. 4.6. Let's see.
What the hell is that?
I'm just curious to see.
And they fought so hard, and now all their hard work goes to the Senate. And let's see if something good can be made of it.
Wow,
these heroes,
that's their actual
third paragraph.
Yeah, Jimmy gets like 8,000 live stream views. I don't really care about that shit. It's just funny. It's funny to see. They're the largest news show, but here comes this guy with only like 800 which is a lot of subscribers, but still. But let's get back to On Target. Yeah, not seeing it. Interesting. All right, let's type in TYT Katzenberg homelessness. Tucker Carlson discussed about that's very interesting given the video I'm about to play from Ana Kasparian. That's very, as Jimmy Dore says, TYT, home of the projection machine. Vegas Heartless. Wow. Again, projection with the Trump. Yeah, not seeing them in bold letters. Talking about Katzenberg there. That's fascinating. So that'll be a no. That'll be a no. They haven't covered that shit. It's very revealing. You feel me? It's very revealing. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell and show you guys what the internet, basically dug up. Now, I saw this video when I saw the video before Primo went and cut it up because I was gonna chop it up myself and put it out there and shit on there for it. But Primo beat me to the punch, but it don't matter because as long as the information get out there, that's all that matters. Because when I saw this, it was one of those things where I'm like, did she just say that? Am I tripping? I'm not tripping, right? I'm not tripping because I don't want to post some shit. Then they're like this, that, and the third, da da da. But I'm like, nah, she's shitting on homeless people right now. The so-called progressive is shitting on homeless people right now. Somebody tweeted out under Primo Radical's video. They said that Ana Kasparian's father is a landlord. I couldn't find anything about that. Let me know if y'all know anything about that. Let me know if that's true. But yeah, somebody under his video or under somebody retweeting it. I forget exactly if it was under Primo's video or somebody retweeting it. But they said her dad is a landlord, so it's like that would kind of make sense. But then you'll get the people that'll fight back the same way they fought back against Emma Vigeland and shit like that. It doesn't matter if her parents are rich, this, that, and they tried to dig up all this shit about Jimmy talking about how he's a coddled rich boy and shit. And fell right on its face. They even tried to say Steph was fucking donating to Arizona Republicans, and it turned out like the paper was bullshit. But let me know if that's true, because I don't want to say it and it's not true. So, but so I found this. So just to give you guys an idea of what Black and Empire is talking about here in this tweet, and like specifically the fault to criminalize homelessness. I found this article and I think this is good, so I'm just going to go ahead and read through it real quick. Jeffrey Katzenberg thinks homeless people should go the way of QB. I think that's how you say it. I'm sorry. I've seen the app and heard of it before, but you know. Jeffrey Katzenberg, the man who raised $1.75 billion in investor money to make prestige videos about getting people golden arms, and Chrissy Teigen adjudicating small claims cases, only to find out after 8 months that the only bite people wanted to be quick was his phenomenally bad business idea, has found a new purpose: harassing homeless people. And so this is a tweet. He listed the tweet. Jeffrey Katzenberg is trying to use his immense fortune to convince city council to remove unhoused people from sight, because that's how things work in LA. Rich white people that look like pocket lint offer electeds a bunch of cash to do what they want, and it happens. So in late June, according to the Los Angeles Times, Katzenberg began meeting with city council members and soon-to-be ex-mayor Eric Garcetti to discuss how he might influence homelessness policy and whether he intended to bankroll efforts to get people off the streets. That sounds good enough. Los Angeles has been a hub for an expanding homelessness crisis. There are now 66,443 people living on the street in shelters or in cars across LA County, an increase of nearly 13% from last year. And in the past, Katzenberg has demonstrated some interest in the issue. In 2017, records show he gave $50,000 to the campaign for Measure H, which raised taxes to pay for homeless services. But reports suggest that the QB boss is now more focused on making the crisis less visible, enforcing cleanups on encampments, and kicking out people who have literally no other place to go. 4 different sources told the Times that Katzenberg, who sold his Beverly Hills mansion last year for $125 million, wanted to know why so many tents now line the city sidewalks. More insights on a man who was worth just south of $900 million. In some meetings, Katzenberg urged council members to act quickly on enacting limits where people can sleep. According to 2 sources with knowledge of those conversations, he wanted to be helpful on homelessness, and then it quickly turned to tents down, said one elected official who met with Katzenberg and asked to remain anonymous in order to speak candidly about a private conversation. The QB guy said tents down, and Los Angeles seemingly listened, and what could be generously. I'm sorry, guys, I'm kind of lit right now. Like I said, as a coincidence, the city council, whatever that word means, generously. I think that's how you say it. This isn't what I'm reading about. Isn't a laughing matter though. But the city council passed an anti-camping ordinance right around the time of Katzenberg's listening tour. Here's the Times again. On a 12-3 vote, council members asked the city's lawyers to quickly draw up a law prohibiting sleeping, lying, and storing possessions near a variety of public facilities, including public schools and homeless shelters. It would also bar tents and encampments from blocking sidewalks in ways that prevent wheelchair users from traveling on them, in violation of Federal Americans with Disability Act. The remarkable thing about this ordinance is that it had not been announced before the vote. Neither the agenda or any related documents mention the measure. The council had discussed a similar motion back in October that would have allowed officials to clear encampments across the city without offering residents any other place to go, but widespread outcry crushed its support. The vote in June came only after one council member, who is currently running for mayor, on an aggressive anti-homelessness platform, used an obscure procedural rule to pull the bill back out of committee and force a vote. In terms of with the Young Turks, it passed. Thinking about the time the showrunner on the QB show, and this is a tweet, rushed into office and demanded we call 411 to sweep the homeless encampments off our street because QB execs were coming the next day. So this is Adam Conover. I think this is the Adam ruins everything guy. Let me get this straight. Billionaire Jeffrey Katzenberg has one-on-one meetings with LA City Council members and demands they criminalize homelessness within days. They ran through a bill doing just that. Is the city council straight up admitting they take orders from billionaires? That's exactly what they're admitting. And apparently, Well, before I get to that, to go back into Black and Empire's tweet. So I'm gonna go to their YouTube page right now. So as you saw, I didn't see anything until I came across this video, and this video is very interesting. And this is why it's interesting.
I do think that there are progressives, I don't know if it's progressive policy, but progressives in places like California who have made terrible decisions. And so one of those terrible decisions is essentially doing away with anti-camping laws, right? Allowing people to camp out wherever they want, whenever they want. And if, like, we have a homeless problem in California, we have it all throughout the country, but it's particularly bad in California. And so the argument is, well, if there isn't public housing available for people, they should be allowed to camp out. Okay, but there's also a problem right now where there is public housing available and individuals will say, no, I don't want to take it. I don't want to follow the rules in the public housing. And so as a result, I would rather camp out. Progressive lawmakers are like, we should allow them to camp out. And you know what happens? Crime happens. Open air drug markets happen, and it's the truth. These are the facts of the matter. In fact, it was addressed in this Daily Beast article, and honestly, it was cathartic to read it because everyone denies that this is happening.
So as you guys saw there, it's the tweet that counts. She says, Ana, 9 minutes into this segment, which I just showed you, on gun violence, Ana conflates it with the unhomed in California and endorses Katzenberg's plan for the sake of public safety. And I responded, she sounds like Shapiro or Crowder here, and literally there's no difference. They always, like, literally she sounds like a neocon. She sounds like Ben Shapiro. I would say she sounds like a shit lib, but the shit libs would actually, this is how they actually feel, but they won't actually say it out loud because they know what they're going to sound like. So I'm surprised this isn't behind a paywall. I feel like if we make this go viral, this video will mysteriously disappear and vanish. But that was just crazy to me. I'm like, yo, how about you? You're talking about rules and shit. They don't want to follow. Give them a fucking house, regardless. It doesn't matter. You want to solve the homeless problem? Your state kind of figured it out by building these people, these little small houses and shit like that, and putting them, they figured the solution out when COVID happened, when it affected rich white people. So how about you do the housing first model? That's been proven to work over and over again. Go back and watch my it's kind of ironic because they shit on Fox News. Go watch my video I covered about how Fox News, she literally sounds like she's on Fox News right now. Literally, that's what she sounds like. So it's crazy. These are the people, these are the people that we're supposed to be taking seriously when they criticize people like Jimmy Dore for his misogynistic attack on women, like Emma Vigilant. I just find it weird. He just got finished beefing with Ryan Grimm, Cenk Uygur, David Dole, Kyle Kalinske. I'm pretty sure, even though a lot of them are beta as fuck, they have dicks. I'm pretty sure they do. Unless they're presenting as something else, but pretty sure they have dicks. Like I said, they're still, they're the bitch made left, but I'm pretty sure they have penises. So yeah, it's kind of weird. But that aside, when Jimmy Dore is criticizing people and the points he makes, he's never shitting on poor people. So in less than a week, Ana Kasparian has shitted on a bunch of working class people putting together a march for Medicare for all, and especially somebody like Rome, because she was, I believe she was specifically commenting on Unholy Rome's him emceeing in Detroit when the people started yelling shame on AOC. I think she was critiquing that. This is a guy, you're criticizing him. This is the guy who goes, so he's not like Emma Vigilant. He doesn't go around the country making these, claptrap shit lib videos and shit like that. I do appreciate the work she did on Delaware, in terms of that, because like I said, I'm from Delaware. I appreciate the work she did on that. But overall, the majority of the videos on the Young Turks on that channel consisted of going to Trump rallies and basically shitting on Trump supporters, picking the craziest of the Trump supporters and trying to, subtly broad strokes paint that as the overall of what Trump supporters are, and people that, voted for Trump and people that like Trump and, things like that. And I'm not sitting here trying to defend Trump supporters, but what I'm saying is, you're shitting on somebody who goes around the country like Rome, feeding homeless people and, interacting with the working class and the poor, while Emma Vigilance is going around basically like trying to like basically pick on the working class people, the other 40% in the country of working class people that are conservatives and Trump supporters. So I just wanted to make this because it's crazy. Like this was wild to see. Like she literally sounds like Crowder or Shapiro or some shit. So, man, with that being said, I want to go ahead and close the video out here, man. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. I did a special Sunday edition for y'all because I wanted to cover I kind of wanted to cover it in a moment, cover these couple videos in a moment. So I'm doing this one, I'm doing the Cori Bush one, and I may have another video, so look out for it. And yeah, again, with that being said.